What's up, everybody? I'd like to invite you back in time with me, back 3.5 years to be exact, to a Summoners War where RTA was brand new. RTA, one of the first seasons of RTA. This is a tier list from December 2016, 3.5 years ago. This was made by Sam Swagson. I can barely see the disclaimer on this top thing because it's very blurry, but it says the following list ranks all natural 5 stars. I think some about all attributes. Keep in mind that they are compared to each other under the assumption they have similar rune quality and are runed specifically for the content. So this is, again, 3.5-year-old tier list. I want to see how things have changed. Remember, this is many balances, like a dozen balance patches in between the units where they were before and where they are now. This is before any of the Second Awakenings. This is before all of that stuff, right? One of the first seasons of RTA. Triple immunity was a thing. There was a lot of people running Galleon, Tiana Galleon, Lucian, things like that. I mean, they still run Lucian too, every so often, but don't get me wrong. But I broke this up into 5 different, just because to make it easier to watch, to go element by element, 5 different elements, and then we'll take a look at the whole thing together at the very end, and I want to see how much things have really changed. So let's take a look. First off, we have fire. I don't know why I started at B. Fire, C tier. There's no D tier for fire. Kayan was on the list. I don't even know. Kayan was on the list. Colleen was on the list. Why were these things on the list? Rocky was so low down. She's gotten some buffs since then, actually. It's a little weird. Trevor was in B tier. Trevor was a thing. Vertiheel was in B tier. Funny enough, Vertiheel was in B tier. Oh my god, he must have gotten changed so much since then. He wasn't. Vertiheel wasn't changed. I mean, a little bit of change. A little bit of change in like his second skill is a double hit now, but that didn't change him that much, right? Vertiheel was just assumed to be B tier. We never really realized how amazing Vertiheel was back in the day. We have Hua, the same level as Vertiheel. Hua was the same level. Draco's much more popular now. Huahi, but see the thing, Draco actually did get a buff. Huahi, or Atari's got a buff too, actually, a significant buff. It's just weird to see like some of these units, like Rika is, if the enemy's not bringing in a bunch of immunity, Rika's pretty strong, right? Daphnis is super strong now because he's been changed a few times. Things like Daphnis, Vertiheel, Rika, and Tari's in B tier with things like the Fire Assassin. This is what it was like back in the day. Like, this is 3.5 years. This is how things have changed. The Fire Horse. I mean, the Fire Anubis. Like, you don't see these things in RTA anymore. It's just like, use Fire Anubis. Who's gonna use that in RTA? Not someone who wants to win. A tier goes up to A tier. Rakan. The Fire Panda, Brandy, Sekhmet, Rakuni's okay in some aspects. Vanessa is obviously like super crazy tier right now. Vanessa wasn't even changed that much. Vanessa was changed. She had a revive. Now it's just an auto revive. But Vanessa first skill is the same. Vanessa's second skill is the same. Vanessa's leader skill is the same. We were undervaluing Vanessa. Juno was basically, was this when Juno needed 2 buffs to activate or not? I don't know, but Juno and Vanessa in the same tier as the Fire Panda is absolutely insane to me, especially in the same tier as Brandia is absolutely insane. And remember, this is 2016. Things were different then. The meta was different then, 3.5 years ago. How many times is Vanguard gonna say 3.5 years ago? S tier, Leica was in S tier. Right, a lot of people that play RTA nowadays, they're like, Perna's not that strong, Fire Monkey's not that strong as like they used to be, because Ajir, Lauren and Ajir were changed, right? So Lauren and Ajir now is like, what are you really gonna do with the Water Monkey was changed? A lot of things were changed, man. It's just so crazy to see these units being S tier, like they were not S tier before. Veladjul, Okeanos. Oh, they're both pretty strong though. Both pretty strong. I mean, Leica S tier. Leica was barely changed, and now he's good. But before the patch where he was not healing with skill 1, It's like he wasn't good. Like I don't think this was. I don't know. People are using him a lot more now than they were before, and I just feel like it's not that big of a difference to his skill 1, right? But anyway, again, this is from 3 years ago. There was no triple S tier fire units in December 2016, according to this, right? And I mean, this is pretty accurate for the time, right? It was there was a things were weird back then, guys. Things were weird. RTA was new, right? We didn't know everything we know now. The meta was not what it is now. So we have Alicia down here with Sigmaris. People would not even bring Sigmaris like at all now. I mean, well, they never mind. They weren't bringing them before, but like Alicia's actually, you could use Alicia, right? The water Anubis. You see him every so often now, but Chandra, I don't know, man. Things like the Water Phantom Thief. The Chilling was actually used in tournaments back in the day too. I haven't really seen Chilling too much in tournaments lately, but Chilling was used in like the first SWC and things like that. It's crazy. Camila was a thing. Now it's like, what are you gonna do with Camila? Like, there's Lauren, there's other stuff. Like, Camila's just not anything. I mean, B tier, not like top tier, but just crazy to see. Like any of these units. And then the Water Monkey was B tier. Water Monkey's super top tier now. Water Monkey's amazing now. Water Frankenstein, a year 2016 where Water Frankenstein, Miang were better than the Water Monkey. There's so many things better than the Water Monkey. Praha better than the Water Monkey. Chao better than the Water Monkey. Beth better than the Water Monkey. Miang better than the Water Monkey. There's so many things. Like, Water Monkey was just like, Water Monkey, why would I use that? How things have changed. How things have changed. It's crazy. A tier. There's a bunch of weird stuff. But things that we wouldn't normally, like, you really don't see anymore, right? You see a little so often. Ariel was S tier. Orion was S tier. Again, there's some craziness. Like, now you're like, Orion, I got will runes. It's fine. Orion, why would I care about Orion, right? Poseidon, S tier. Ariel S tier is absolutely insane, right? Like, you could argue, like Wusa now is, like, okay, you still use Wusa, right? You still use, not an early pick, because then they're just gonna bring up a whole bunch of strips and just leave them in there. Varad was double S tier. You don't see Varad double S anymore. You see Water Monkey double S, right? You see Varad, like, every so often someone brings out Varad, but, like, you see Basta picked a lot. You see, Shihao picked a lot. It's crazy how things have changed. It's absolutely crazy how things have changed. Oh my god. Let's take a look at the, wind monsters. Katarina Tashar, Akamir, that's not really changed. Just the fact that this guy, Brian, was even on a tier list. Ethna, C. Like, Ethna's actually pretty good. Pungbek, Ritesh, like, Ethna's pretty good considering all that stuff. Like, the Beast Monks just aren't, like, they're HP tanks, so they get weaker with time anyway, but it's just, I feel like it was weird to see Ethna even C tier back then. I don't know. You see things like Chasoon at B tier. I promise, things were so weird. I know someone that got G3 with, I believe his usual team was Velajul, Wusa, Wind Monkey, Laika, and something else. Some other bruiser. Like another Dragonite or something like that. Or like Perna and like Chao. I don't know. It's like just like double immunity and 3 bruisers. It was crazy. He got G3 with that. Let me say that again. Let me say that again. It was crazy. 2016, things were crazy, right? We see the Wind Bomber. You don't see. It's just weird to see. And then you see like Marin. Like Marin is actually used by a lot of players, like in Guardian Plus nowadays. So you actually see that. I believe he got a buff since then, though. No, I know he got a buff since then. To have speed scaling, and then like another. His skill 3 was weaker though. And I believe it didn't scale based on speed too. I believe those were the buffs on like Marn. Then we see A tier, Jameer, Charlotte, Leo, Delphoy. Where do you see Delphoy nowadays, right? Bernard, you didn't see him before the second. Now people using him for Second Awakenings, right? And then Immensity, sometimes you see him, but it's crazy to see these units at A tier, right? The A tier. Absolutely crazy. And then you see Ciara's still good. Feng Yan is, you see him every so often, right? Not so much high level, but you still see him every so often. Wind Monkey you would not think that the Wind Monkey was of this. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, it's just crazy to see these units here. Eladriel S tier, Wind Monkey S tier. Triton, this is before the Triton speed buff, though. And then Olivia was, actually, Olivia was pretty good. Olivia still is pretty good, to be honest, as a support unit. And then we see no double S's, and we see triple S, Gani Hathor. My, how things have changed. Oh, no, it didn't change. It didn't. Still triple S units. Okay. Gani Hathor, 2016 was a thing. Gani Hathor, 2020, still a thing. Still at the top of the RTA boards. Nothing has really changed too much in that regard. Okay, let's go on to the light units. Light Samurai. Who would even put him on a tier list nowadays, right? Who would even put him on a tier list? Shazam in C tier, right? Laura actually has at least improved some. Asima has definitely improved as well, right? Those are more usable units. I don't really see Zarath too much unless you're Tomato and in the Legend tournament. You don't see like the Light Chicken. You don't really see Darian either. Like a lot of this stuff is just like things like Darian. Darian is anti-cleave. That's about it. Hwadam was B tier. Molly the Light Mermaid was B tier. Pang was B tier. Lewis, I don't even know why Lewis was on here. The first one, it's very blurry, but that's the Light Undyne. Like, this is just a crazy tier list. These are B tier monsters. Light Serpent, Bella. Bella's actually not that bad. Bella's not that bad for RTA. Like, the Light Bomber is not that bad for RTA either. Like, those units are not as bad as, like, you're like, oh my god, I can't believe those are there. Like, they're actually usable. Damn, I've seen people use him, pull him out, like, as a last pick thing against snipe comps, and he's very rarely good, but he's every so often against the right team, he's actually not that bad. He's actually pretty decent. But again, against snipe comps when they're trying to, like, just snipe out one of your units immediately. So it was more of a thing before, less of a thing. It's just crazy to see. Like, some of these are still crazy to see. Or would have even been crazy to see back then, because like Lewis, like really, the Light Phantom Thief, like BT, that's just too weird, man. Too weird. Grago, there was people that were using Grago, like not even as a meme. The Ilyana, I don't think she should have ever been this high, but she's actually pretty decent now. So I feel like she's actually an A tier monster now. It's weird, man. All this stuff is weird. Weird. The Light Magic Knight was, well, a lot of you guys remember. I don't know why I'm explaining this, guys. The Light Magic Knight used to be way more meta because she stripped more and but I think that's before really Diana came into play. Was Diana even here? I didn't see any. Was this before? You know what? This might have been before the ponies were even released. But now, between Feng Yan, Diana, and Vertiheel, like you're not gonna pick that Light Magic Knight too much, especially because she's not as strong as she used to be. But she used to be like super crazy strong. Tian Lang S tier, like look at just so crazy. Light Harp Magician before her nerf. Why, man? Why? It's just crazy. Yen Hong at S tier. Little did we know. And then she'd have to get nerfed after that. People realize how good she was, and they're like, oh, you know what? This shouldn't be S tier. This should be like super crazy tier. Light Monkey double S because all this CC he did. Or still does. Artemiel double S. I mean, Artemiels are still good. Isis. Sean, the Light Chimera, I actually think that he's a really solid unit. I mean, aside from, he's got low base speed, right, if I recall correctly. But he's a flexible unit. He's got the option to snipe turn 1. He's got the option to CC turn 1. I've mentioned this a few times before. Light Vampire. Triple S tier Light Vampire. Triple S tier. Things were different, man. Things were different. Aside from Gani Hathor, things were so crazy different. What do we have for our dark units? Not too much has changed on the bottom. Roll got better. Not too much has changed here. I think Trinity is at least better than Diaz. Honestly. At least, if only for the speed lead, guys. If only for the speed lead. It's just crazy. Remember 3.5 years ago how things have changed. Basalt was a B tier unit. Nephthys was a B tier unit. So Nephthys and Basalt we're the same tier. I just want everyone to know that. Nephthys and Basalt, same tier. Oh my god. Faye was much more popular back then. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. Varus was... Okay. Varus was an A tier. Varus was more... better than Nephthys. This is 2016. Veramos. Better than Nephthys. Sean B would be happy because the Dark Sky Dancer was also better than Nephthys back then. Again, it was crazy times, man. Zeratu, I don't see Zeratu so much anymore. The Dark Pioneer got better though since then. So weird, man. Viva Chell, if we only knew. Did Viva Chell even get changed that much since 2016? I feel like she was always good though, wasn't she? Maybe just everything else, the rest of the meta made her better. Maybe she was too easily controlled before, and then people started finding better ways to use Viva Chell without and being anti-control. S tier though. S tier. The Dark Hell Lady. S tier. Dark Hell Lady, stronger by 2 tiers than Nephthys is more the shocking part. Stronger by 2 tiers than Nephthys, stronger than Viva Chell by 1 tier. The Dark Hell Lady. The Dark Self is still good though, but it's just crazy. Beta was S tier because immunity was king, right? Everything was CC immunity or nuke. You know what? It kind of is CC immunity and nuke, but there's more strips and attack age reductions though. That's why things have changed a little bit. Double S tier Sylvia. You don't really see people using Sylvia as much as some of the other stuff though. And then of course, Gianna Ragdoll was triple S. Gianna Ragdoll hasn't changed. Gani Hathor hasn't changed. I gotta say this has changed. This has definitely changed. But yeah, Gianna Ragdoll, Gani Hathor. Those are still at the top. They've been at the top for years. I would say Ragdoll probably, since the nerf, I mean, he got a couple nerfs already. I feel like maybe double S right now. Especially because, you know, Vertiheal, you can counter with Vertiheal, you can counter him with a few different things. People are just getting better at countering Ragdoll. He's still extremely strong though, but it's just crazy. It's crazy how things have truly changed. This is the whole tier list. The whole ridiculous tier list over here. It's just so weird. I remember looking at this tier list a handful of times. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, it's pretty accurate. There's a couple things that are wrong, but like a lot of it's pretty. And I'm looking at it now, I'm like, this is so stupid. Like all of this is crap. But the game has changed so much in 3.5 years, over a dozen balance patches from season 12 to season like this is like 1 or 2 or something like that. It's just changed so much. You can see things that like you would never pick in a million years now. Like, why would you ever pick that? It's like, oh no, this was a thing back in the day. Like, I got Guardian with Delphoy. Like, not even joking. Like, it was A tier monster before. I can vouch for it, that was an A tier monster before. It's crazy. It really is. Because again, immunity was king, right? Immunity and cooldowns with the second scale. It was just absolutely nuts. Anyway, I thought you guys would get a kick out of seeing this. Because it's been a while since we've seen it, I think. It's been a while since a lot of us have seen this. Ariel S tier. I mean, here's the crazy thing. Here's the crazy thing. Ariel S tier, right? Ariel S tier with Yen Hong. Guys, if you have an Ariel, you basically have Yen. Such a crazy tier list. Oh my god. But again, this was 2016. How things have changed, aside from Gani Hathor, Gianna Ragdoll. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys got a kick out of it. Hope you guys thought it was like fun or whatever. I just wanted to do a video. I'm like, you know what, this is a fun thing to do a video, seeing how much things have changed. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you as always in the next one.